Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to recommend you some games from GMs and also IM's games. Today I'm going to introduce King's Indian Defense for black, which I favorite play in chess to against for d4 pawn game, and also c4 pawn game. So this game is played by Khademalsharieh and Sarasada from Iran, which is an IM and also WGM. Play against black Liang Awonder, which is GM. I think it was GM in United States. Yeah. So today the game begins with d4 and f6, c4, g6. Yeah, this is the very main structure for King's Indian Defense. So g3, bishop g7, bishop g2, and this variation is very annoying by me, which is a flat-shadowed variation. Yeah, so castling knight c3, d6, knight f3. So right now black has few options with knight c6 and also a6. Yeah, so now Liang Awonder, he plays c5, which tries to open up the center pawn position. Cx d5, dx c5, dx c5, castling, and it provides an exchange of queen. But Liang Awonder did not use to grab the chance to exchange the queen, since he more likely he wants to develop his pieces on the board. So right now bishop to f4, which tries on the c7 squares, and also knight b5. Yeah, attack want to grab or occupy the space in c7. So bishop to e3, which tries to grab on the c4 pawn. Knight to e5. Yeah, knight to e5 right now plays a very good role, as you can see that there's two pieces attack on the c6 squares, and the black queen will be exchanged if white exchange of the queen of the knight in c6. And right now if we play for queen to b6, is very fatal, and knight a5. Yeah, knight a5 tries to attack, and queen to b5 maybe, and also knight grabs, pawn grabs, and bishop grabs, and black will lose the pawn in this case. So right now black also cannot play for queen to c7, since queen to c7 cannot prevent the capture of c6. And a very fatal move is that bishop f4 will attack on the c7 queen. Yeah, it's very fatal right now. So after knight e5, black decided to play for queen to c8. Yeah, queen to c8. Queen c8, which tries to protect the knight in c6 and also provide a h3 exchange of bishop, and also rook to d8, which attacks the queen. So right now white plays pawn knight to c6, pawn takes c6, and right now, yeah, you can see that the bishop is attacked on the c4, and this bishop is attacked on c6. The rook cannot be moved because of the b8 squares is being occupied. Yeah, so black plays b3 to protect the c4 pawn. Bishop h3, and now tries to exchange of the g2 strong bishop, and rook to c1, rook d8. Yeah, just trying to exchange, and also tries to attack on the queen in d1. So right now queen to c2, knight to h5. Knight to h5 is trying to grab on the f4. Bishop is very strong by blocking the rook in a8. Yeah, it's very strong. So bishop to d3, bishop e4, try to allow the double pawn in this position by capture. After capture, we can play by pawn capture, and the knight is being attacked. Knight to a4, rook to b8, and now c5 is available. So after bishop e3, black plays bishop d4, knight to a4. Yeah, knight to a4, and bishop takes e3, which create a double pawn for blacks too. Bishop grab, and queen to e6, which tries to attack on the e3 pawn. Queen to with c3, which control the diagonal and more active than c2. I also protect the pawn in c3, not c3, e3. So right now queen to g4 tries to attack on the pawn is e2. Rook to f3 as a blockage for the queen to grab on e2 and also protect the pawn in g3. So right now knight to g7, which tries to place for knight to f5, which is very more not very, which is more functionable in f5. So right now white sees that there's a pawn in c5, so it's free, so you grab on the pawn. Then the c5 tries on the knight to h4 to check and also take the rook, and king to h1, which avoid the check on h4. So right now rook to e6, rook to d6, which tries on the rook a d8 and also pinning up the whole rank. Rook cf1, queen to f3. Yeah, queen to f3 is which prevent the rook from rook to f4 because of there is a knight g3 check and also grab on the rook. So right now white plays queen to g1, which enable the rook to move, and black plays knight to h6, which tries on protect the f7 pawn, and also knight to g4 is coming. Rook to f2, knight to g4, rook to g2. Yeah, you cannot take on the f7 since queen to f2 checkmate, queen to h2 checkmate. Yeah, so after knight to g4 he plays for rook to g2, queen to h6, which tries to attack on the e3, knight to d3, and right now knight to rook a8 is played, and also we cannot play for knight to e3 since queen to c1 is coming and there's a pin. Yeah, there's a pin. Yeah, queen to c1, which tries to exchange mostly on the board, the pieces on the board, and minimize the black's advantage. Yeah, so right now black plays for rook a8 in the game by Liang Awonder. So white plays for rook f4, which tries to blockage of the queen to e3. So right now white plays knight to e3, tries to attack on the rook in g2 and rook to f2. Knight to d1, yeah, it's a fault between queen and rook. Queen to a5, knight takes, queen to h5, which tries to enable the bad queen in h6 to exchange with the good queen in a5, and also attack on the e2 squares. So queen takes, rook to e4, which tries on double attack in e7 and also e7 and also which squares, let me see, e7 and also e2 squares. So right now rook to d1 check, and if we place for knight grab, black can place for green, black can place on green grab, or also rook to d1, which tries on checkmate. Yeah, it's a checkmate. So right now white cannot place on knight to d1, so he plays for king to g2, and right now queen to f1, king to f3, rook backs. Yeah, since there is a protect in f2, so it's no purpose for us to play for rook to d2. And right now after back to d7, queen to c5, d6, queen takes c6, and right now there's no more protection on f2. Rook to d3 check, and rook to e3, so rook to d2. It's a force swing, which enable if one play for rook to e2, just queen grab and check, and also grab on the knight. If we place on, yeah, there's nothing left to be played. So it is a game between Khademalsharieh, Sharadasa, and also Liang Awonder, which plays a very good game in King's Indian. So right now I would try to explain more a bit my opinion. In this case, in mostly of my game, I will play for knight to c6 and tries to e5. And if the knight in main variation c5 is also very obvious, and also d5. If your opponent play for d5, you can try on a6 and also b5, queen bishop to d7, and queen to d8. Try on attack and also get a breakthrough in the queen side by b5. Yeah. And also another thing is the knight to a6, knight to c7 also helps in this case too. So I hope this video helped you and that you gain some knowledge about King's Indian and have some idea to against this King's Indian. Yeah, so I will see you tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So goodbye.